Are you afraid?
Afraid for your planet?
Afraid for your health?
Afraid for your mind?
Afraid for your pocket?
Afraid all your government seems to fund is violence?
Afraid for your future?
Fear not.
Candidates Gia
And Molly Walker
of the Civilians Active Reform Party, or CARP, are working tirelessly to provide real people with tangible, specific, active, and attainable solutions to both present and future problems, as well as unjust and ineffective systems. If elected, we will take consistent and visible steps towards a better future for you every day in office.
We at CARP imagine you all have three big questions. A. Which problems are we referring to? And B. What exactly are these specific actions of reform we propose to enact if elected? C. How are we going to pay?
The third question is the simplest to answer. We propose a reallocation of limited discretionary funds away from the federal military and towards health, energy and environment, and education.
Presently, funding the military takes up nearly half of the country's discretionary budget, whilst both health and education make up less than 10%, and environment less than 5%.
Our citizens matter to us, and we will illustrate this by reallocating a mere fraction of the $752 billion spent on the military towards productive programs that contribute to both communal and national health, happiness, and well-being. Our first specific proposal is tax breaks for corporations that utilize renewable energy sources.
Currently, Climate Pollution Reduction Grants (CPRG) provides $5 billion in grants to states, local governments, tribes, and territories for their plans to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We propose an increase in these grants, both in number and amount, and possibly shifting these grants to mandates to further ensure a significant decrease in corporate pollution.
Our second environmental proposal involves making a profit, rather than spending federal funds. We propose higher taxes on corporations that continue to employ unsustainable and polluting practices.
Specifically, we propose an expansion of the waste emissions charge, WEC, to beyond just methane emissions from petroleum and natural gas to include all pollutants.
For producing more than 25,000 metric tons of carbon dioxide, emitted facilities are charged $1,200 for every following metric ton in 2025 and $1,500 after 2025. We propose a decrease in the number of metric tons of carbon dioxide emitted in order to be charged and an increase in the price per ton over limit, all to ensure a decrease in carbon dioxide and the safety and health of American civilians.
Speaking of health,
the U.S. has continuously been experiencing a crisis of both inaccessible healthcare and a lack of qualified and readily available healthcare professionals.
we propose an increase in funding for community healthcare centers, as well as an increase in the threshold to qualify for both Medicare and Medicaid, to ensure every citizen has access to affordable and quality healthcare.
The Civilians Active Reform Party is also committed to protecting your right to reproductive health care. If elected, Walker and I will fight to ensure clinics like Planned Parenthood that provide life-saving services stay open and well-funded across the nation.
We will also be more attentive financially to mental health services and clinics, and specifically ensure citizens receive both remediate and preventative health care.
Furthermore, quality and accessible education is also a primary goal of both Walker and I as candidates, as well as the Civilians Active Reform Party. If elected, we will provide limited discretionary federal funds to academic institutions for the primary purpose of expanding nursing and medical education programs. This will allow universities to expand and improve their programs, which will result in an increase in accessibility of medical training, which is a win-win for both patients as well as aspiring doctors and nurses.
We also, if elected, use discretionary funds to expand CTE programs across the country, provide public school teachers more adequate compensation, and provide more federal loans/grants for education and child development majors.
For free, we will work on expanding Title IX to explicitly protect gay and transgender students from harassment and discrimination in schools at the federal level, nullifying several states' discriminatory Don't Say Gay bills.
We will also work tirelessly to protect both disabled students and workers' rights to their 504 programs. And we will provide funding to public schools in order to make and keep them accessible. will include wheelchair ramps, adequate compensation for qualified special education teachers, and counseling services.
You'll notice that you haven't seen much of Walker and I, the CARP candidates, in this video.
That's because it isn't about us.
It's about you,
Your planet,
your health,
your mind,
your pocket.
and your future.
Vote for Gia and Mollie Walker of the Civilians Active Reform Party, or CARP, on your ballot.
Vote for people, planet, and peace of mind.